All right. Let's see. So we were destined to rule the world. But now, I'm not so sure anymore. Now we are destined to try to populate these mountains. We just got political philosophy. We became an oligarchy. All right, so I mean, we get more infrastructure, to start building our culture. This is important. We do need both of these. None of my cities are ready to do that. I don't even have enough cities, really. So I think we can take a minute just to grab military tradition. Just add some bonuses to the military for 3 turns it takes. It's not a big deal. I think we'll just be in a position to build faster troops if we need them. And I mean, we do have the trader coming soon. Could just step up our economy a little bit. Between this and this, it's 3 gold, right? Once the trader's out, let's just do that. Get that extra 3 gold. Hmm. 1,000-year flood. 3 fertilized tiles, though, so.
Bravery is being the
Mysticism, might as well. Let's speed this up a little bit. Okay. We also really, really need to get more scouts out. So I keep finding I have more stuff to do when it comes to units. Like I'm trying to do infrastructure here, right? To get another one of these going. Trying to get the walls down here for a defensive, right? But now I really just need scouts. I still have to get that library going, but I feel like I can't really stop what I'm doing. Like these are taking a long time to build. So I don't know. Still need 3 turns anyways. What if I just build a scout? And then we'll start the encampment. And then after that, we're just stuck buying whatever it is we need for a while. So what do we want to do the trading with? Bella, I don't see a reason why not to. Get an envoy. You know, I can get Kabul right now. I didn't even realize that. I think I'll do it just for, you know, just having some temporary extra military units that are added to my strength. I think it'll factor in for the computer to some degree. Maybe not for them; they're way over here, but for Greece, they'll have to evaluate this. All right, so he's done up here. Could get. Something tells me I probably should be buying these amenities, because I'll make my money back on them pretty quickly. So I think we'll do that. And then we could just get it on board, I suppose. This is a road. Wait, I forgot about my original plan. I am going to do that. I'm just going to send it here. Speed up this thing. Oh, my God. Totally forgot what I was doing with that. So I was thinking about just sending it for production. Let's see what the production looks like. Sparta's offering one. It's still going to be a ways before I get that encampment up. Just send it to Sparta. Why not? Do they need food? They don't need food. That's the thing. I could actually, if I did do a route, this route right here, then I could afford a specialist. Why don't we just do that? Let's just do it for fun.
Money, if it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable in comfort. I like to say I practice militant mysticism. I'm absolutely sure of some things that I don't quite know.
So, here's the thing. It's turn 67. and look, I have 3 already with Kabul, but what I need are more city-states that are militant like this, because they will make my encampments much stronger, especially as the game goes on. And I can put the diplomatic quarter in, maybe into Pella as well, and that will basically double the boost for the city. So, I mean, I could produce a lot of units maybe from Pella. But I mean, it just depends on how many city-states are out there, so we have to find those. I think since we really can't afford to be aggressive, really. This might not be a bad thing. Let's just go up to machinery and let's improve our ranged units to crossbowmen, because we are basically playing defensive game. So defensive tactics is probably a good one. And should I take the time to put up walls? Or should I go right to the encampment? Okay. Oh, and I have to remember. So, what am I realizing? I realized that I will probably always have a problem with them while I have Kabul, because they consider Kabul to be their city-state. But right now I have it. So now I'm definitely in a kind of contest with Athens. So this has already begun over here. I didn't realize it. Now them, Kemer, they're not friendly with me either. I don't have holy sites in this game, and I don't have high population cities either. He's not going to like us at all. So if that's a number that can grow, it'll probably continue to grow. I do not have good relationships. And I am not stronger than them. So we probably should take the time to build the walls. And I think for now, maybe just improving the cities. Campus obviously is a high priority. Who's it for? Gotta spend the money for that. think this early in the game it's probably definitely worth it, right? 75 gold, but I'll get an extra point for, well, probably a couple hundred turns, or maybe could go on longer, 300 turns. It's like 300 science, right? I mean, we could be mathematical about it. And I think it's a good long-term investment. All right, so which is first then? Monument. So this city is basically just tied up. And this city wants to transform itself into an encampment, basically producing troops. And this city is tied up. You know, so this strategy is, I mean, it's not going to work. Not like this. Like I can't grow at all for I don't know how long. If I wait for these things to complete. This wall, for instance, I mean, the capital. I have to decide between the capital right now. Like one of these cities need to expand. Maybe just one of them is enough. But here's the thing, like I only because I think I'm in a rush for this. But if I can get this up here, I don't know. I think with this. I think when it really comes down to it, it's really the campus. It's the most important thing. It's not about being balanced. Like, I'm actually probably need to be imbalanced. Like, I'm prioritizing these campuses, and what I've done with the trader and everything is about getting the campuses up because I think I have no chance of winning this game, really. Anyways, not at my level of play. So this scout, let me see. I think at this point, I mean, they're probably meeting people far enough away that it doesn't matter. They're not going to attack me from this distance. So there's the capital. Theoretically, to rule the world, Alexander has to somehow overcome his present problem, which is this area. and have troops that he can produce that are sophisticated enough that he can somehow capture the capitals of all of these people on the way over here to capturing this one. See? Easy, right? Very easy. See, he's growing up along this river. So, alright, yeah, I think definitely getting an envoy. This will help our science quite a bit. I mean, he is looming around here quite a bit. You know, I could take that money now and produce this archer, and he will probably see this city as quite a bit more dangerous with an archer in it. So if he's thinking about attacking that world, you know, I don't know how the algorithm works, but I do believe they evaluate things. Alright, so here's the question. Do I buy this iron and start stockpiling it? Even if I get into war soon, if I have 5, I can build one of my um, one of my special units. What I'm trying to say, a unique swordsman. I could build it anyways. This would cost a bit, but since things are kind of getting quite they're getting quite close in proximity over here. Okay, I just lost my scout. No, okay, she's.
Don't reinvent.
Some people do want to buy joint war with Hercules. No, like we cannot risk any kind of early war. Like we do not have the resources for a war. Like we have to get the science going. We need to expand. They just want a little bit of iron, and they would give me horses, open borders. But they do want my favor too. Trying to get in early. Let me refuse it. And the main purpose of this is to stockpile a little bit of iron. That was tempting because of the horses, but okay, alright, alright. Let's strengthen the capital again just a little bit more. Okay, here comes the walls, and the walls are complete. So, what about the library? I think it really is getting down to now is either I get the library, encampment, a settler is another choice. You know what? Let's do this in another order. First, I'm going to go to ironworking, and then we'll go up. Because I think, let's suppose I go ahead and expand down here. This city now is a little bit harder to attack because I have walls. I probably can figure out how to defend it, maybe. Especially since what I want to do is go ahead and get iron working, and we'll save up the money to upgrade these two warriors, and that will make them, I mean, my kingdom much more intimidating, hopefully. So I could do that to support an expansion, immediate expansion, if I can beat him to the spot. And then we'll all right. It still takes a very long time for it to build. The only other option is to try to save up the money, but my economy is also tiny too. This is really like this game start was just it's way beyond my skill level. Like I mean, occasionally it can get going on Deity, but a lot of times it might be something like this. Just a starting location that for me is kind of hard to play. I think we can just leave it like this. Why not? I could put in urban planning actually. Maybe instead. Alright, so
Everything has its limit.
we'll try to advance a little bit, see what happens. I want to try to just pass through here and see what the rest of this looks like. I mean, I hate buying open borders. I mean, it does at least tell you, like if he's one, he only charges me one gold piece, then he must be favorable towards me,
Normal people believe.
right? I mean, yeah, I don't know about live streaming. I have to apologize for like just a lot of like, I'll be in the middle of saying something and then I'll start thinking about something else. It's a really bad habit. I guess if I were going to try to stream on a regular basis, but I'd probably have to overcome the temptation of private thinking. Oops. What are we doing? The library and the monument? Probably that was a mistake, but we'll just play him on autopilot. And here comes the settler. Right. We are going to just try to snatch this. Okay, let's do the library. Let's just try to start prioritizing. Oh, let me check this to make sure that the library is up here. If I were to get an extra trade route, I could put it in this new city that I have. So I'll vote that up as much as possible. And then we'll try to earn double rewards. Say a profit. Let's see if that'll make people spend more money on that side or more diplomacy points. Percolay's got it anyways. Well, whatever. And this is looking better and better up here. That's a high priority city. But I think I will definitely still take this one first. But if I settle here, I'll get the extra science for nothing, and I can still grow. And -2, after I grow, it might go away on its own. But also, suppose I just go ahead and put it down here, and I say I put an encampment here, and I have a very strong defensive structure against invasion. But I also have a pretty nice space to operate within to organize an attack on Sparta too, which eventually has to occur because we have to have Athens. So, and then this is a bit more defensive since we will be going to war. Why not settle for defensive purposes?
Defense is super.
Alright, so the main ways that the main things I can be doing here. I can be going to monarchy or I can be going to exploration. I don't know why Merchant Republic is an exploration based, but whatever. Merchant Republic, you get a bonus to building districts, so it can be good. The monarchy, of course, you get higher housing with walls, and if you get to Renaissance walls, you get diplomatic favor, which should be a big deal. It's a lot of extra diplomatic favor if you work at that, I guess. So to say monarchy is extremely powerful. And this, of course, is good if I'm really building a lot of districts. And also, it is also a very good, not if I'm doing a lot of districts, but if the districts that I'm doing take a long time because my production is low. And that is the case for what I'm doing. Like I think if I were in a much more productive kind of area, then monarchy might be a better way of going. But monarchy is probably valid. Like both these two cities right here, I could get Renaissance walls in both of these cities probably, and I don't have to do that all back here. I mean, it's 4 extra diplomatic favor per turn for basically the rest of the game. I assume it's like the rest of the game. Now, of course, advancement is probably the big deal here. So, in this case, I think I will just go researcher just to get a few more science points. And almost done with the library and the capital. And also here too. So 4 more turns left here. I don't expect much from these cities. They won't be able to give much. Mainly we're just going to be getting what we're getting from the adjacencies. I do need to continue to expand, so settler is always a good idea. And the library here. Oh, I probably should be checking the specialist slots too. Right? Like how much we want to prioritize everything. Probably we want to prioritize science. But that gives me a 0 growth. See, I don't know if I like the way it does it. Because I could go in here and I can just select having it. And then I could do this. Do I want to grow though? At the expense of everything else? I think so. I want the science mostly, but then after that I just want to grow at this point. These cities need to get larger so I can make them more productive. Especially these two. These two are the only two that I have that are going to be able to get large. These cities are going to be very small. I might get another city over here too, you know. But yeah, if this doesn't work out, and that's the thing, like I have to start making an effort. Like I wanted the encampment here, but now I'm finding I need to expand too much. So thinking about building it here instead, maybe it makes more sense. Maybe not. Yeah, that's really kind of the trouble here. Like I'm just too potent. Like this is just, it's going horribly. I do have a lot of gold. Okay, they keep reminding me I have a lot of gold, but he's not paying much for it, so we're gonna shop that around. I mean, not a lot of gold, a lot of iron. Let's see what we can do with that thing. And that's a good chunk. Okay, that will help. Let's see. All right, so that gave us machinery. So probably the next big thing is probably education. So we can build the universities. I mean, this is really our only hope, really. And frankly, I don't think it's going to work because I have such a tiny, pitiful economy and terrible. All right, so I could just, for whatever it's worth, just put these on basically research back here, and we'll just do without them.
horse is...
Look how built up this guy's city is. It looks pretty nice. Okay, there's that library. Again, we probably should just